Everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. And today's video, this is going to be another Minecraft Dungeons video. And now, when it comes to this Minecraft Dungeons video, we are actually going to be doing a full-on review of the game to let you guys know, the ones that are watching at home right now on your smartphone taking a dump, that whether or not this game is worth your hard-earned money. And if you end up enjoying this video at all, any point, please consider dropping a thumbs up. No rush, but at the end of the video, if you happen to enjoy it, definitely consider dropping a thumbs up to let me know if you want to see more Minecraft Dungeons in the future. But let's begin with the actual review. So these are the things that we're going to be looking at in here for the review itself. We are going to be looking at the story, we are going to be looking at the gameplay, we are going to be looking at the availability, and then we are also going to be looking at the loot. Now, these are four things that are very important, and you're going to understand why here at the end of the video. So let's start off with the first thing, which is the availability. So right now, Minecraft Dungeons came out in the US on May 26, 2020. So in this case, yesterday as I was recording this video. And it is available for $20 US and is available on the Xbox One, the PS4, the Nintendo Switch, and the PC. And it is available also on the Game Pass for free if you specifically have Xbox, because that is my platform of choice. So you actually can get this game for a relatively low price. And I would actually hop on the Xbox version probably most of all, just because of the fact that it's free with the Game Pass, and I really just honestly like the Xbox. But if you happen to have a Switch or PlayStation or PC, I don't know if you get free or discount anyway, but I just wanted to clarify in case you're an Xbox user. And also as well, when it comes to the price, I expect this game that if it's going to end up going on for several years to come, eventually it's going to receive a price drop, because games over time always receive price drops. Some $60 games go to 50 or 40, and it really just depends. And I honestly can't see this game being 20 forever. I can see this going down to maybe perhaps like 15 in the future, so that's pretty good. And overall, in general, I would say for this game, it runs pretty well for a $20 game, and it's definitely worth the long-term investment. If you actually can see yourself playing this game for multiple times on end, I would even invest in possibly the DLC, because the DLC, I believe, is an extra just $10 US, which basically makes the whole entire total for the experience going to be $30, and you can get a very solid amount of gameplay out of this. Roughly for me, non-stop playing the campaign, it took me about 5 hours to complete it. Now that is also if I did it all in one try. I am minusing the times I had repeats, but if I'm counting only just every single successful mission attempt, just the raw time equals up to about like 5.5 hours. And that is just the base game. So you can get a pretty decent amount of time out of this game, and that's just if you want to only do one go through. There's multiple game mode difficulties, and you can scale it up. So the replay value of this game is almost like Left 4 Dead. If you've played Left 4 Dead, where you know that it's just basically a set of missions, and you end up going through all the checkpoints, and the replay value is doing it again, and having the random mobs, the random loot, the random fun part about it. The most fun about this game is the randomness. It's different every single time, and that's the appeal of it. It's not boring. It's not the same. The mobs spawn different. There's a different amount of mobs. There's different weapons you can use to kill them. There's so many different things about this game that makes it fun and enjoyable, and that's why I like it. So that is in terms of availability. Now we're going to be talking about the gameplay. As a whole, for the base game, the way the game functions, I would say it's overall pretty good. The game feels like that it runs very smoothly with little to no lag or frame dropping. I specifically, like I said, play on Xbox and on console, and I have no problems whatsoever. I don't necessarily know if it would perhaps run better or worse depending on your platform. I would figure that if you're playing on the Switch, you might get a little bit less frame rate. If you're playing on the PC, you get a little bit better frame rates. But there's no particular device that I've seen that has prevalent issues. Like, I haven't seen PS4 users or Xbox users specifically getting game crashes reported, for example. I have not seen any of that. Also as well, this is a very graphically appealing game. This game has amazing graphics for a Minecraft world. If you think about it, Minecraft is almost borderline a little bit better than Roblox. I mean, let's be honest. It's a very cartoony, very pixelated, just 2D, almost pretty much game. And Minecraft Dungeons does not feel like that. Minecraft Dungeons feels like almost like, and I would like to believe this statement, saying this out loud, because I feel this way and it's true, and hopefully you agree with me. But if this was basically a Minecraft 2 announced by Mojang, I would believe them, because this game just feels like a better version of Minecraft. Now you may be thinking to yourself, how could you make a sequel to Minecraft? What would you do? Just add in more blocks? Would you add in more mobs? Would you, add in a new world? Would you add new biomes? That's just basically updating base Minecraft. That's my point. It would be very hard to make a sequel to Minecraft. But however, though, the one thing that default Minecraft does not have is a blatant story. So that's honestly what you could look at for this game. Kind of how what they're trying to portray right now with Overwatch 1 and 2. Overwatch 2 is just basically Overwatch, but with a campaign, which adds another layer to the storytelling. So this actually elaborates on some theories people have had. This allows you to be able to like dive deeper into the Minecraft universe as a whole, and that's why I like it. Also, in general, the guns and the bows, in this case, which is like the spears, the swords, the bow and arrow, the armor, all the abilities and all the loot that you get in this game feel very fair. They don't feel necessarily very ridiculous to the point where it ruins the gameplay. There's nothing particularly overpowered or underpowered that I know about. I mean, of course, other than the legendary fishing rod, that's definitely not the worst weapon in the whole entire game or anything. But now let's get on to storytelling. As a warning, by the way, this does contain spoilers in terms of how the game progresses in terms of the gameplay to the story, but not specific dialogue. By this, what I mean is I'm not going to show you blatant cutscenes or tell you who has this happen to them and X did this to that person, stuff like that. I'm not going to be doing that. I am only going to be telling you gameplay-wise what happens, not storyline, okay? So I'm going to be talking about all the locations. I'm going to be talking about, like, for example, what mobs you can experience in those locations. I'm going to be talking about stuff like that in terms of the story. So this is a spoiler-free story review, so hear me out on this, so you don't need to click off the video or skip. When it comes to the map, you have roughly about 10 missions that you can complete in the base game, and they have a whole bunch of different variety. You've got a swamp biome, you've got a mine biome, you've got actually some really cool areas that are specifically themed to mobs, and certain mobs spawn more prevalently than the others. For example, you can actually end up finding creepers in one area, or endermen in one area, or zombies in one area. And you actually get to see very, very cool spots, and almost stuff that would look very, very cool to be added in just a base Minecraft. There's some stuff that was like, wow, why have we not had this in Minecraft? Like, they're very, very cool and very, very nice, and I would love to see that not only be added into Minecraft, but it would clarify some of the stories. So, for example, if somebody like Game Theory wanted to hop on here, and they was like, oh hey, I was right about this, or I was wrong about this, and it allows you to give another base layer. It's stacking upon what we already know and making it better. The bosses in this game, by the way, are absolutely well done. You have a whole bunch of mini bosses, and then of course you have the one main boss at the end of the campaign. Now, I already did make a video about the campaign's ending and also how to beat the final boss. If you guys want to check that out, there will be a link down below in the description. I would definitely appreciate the support. But the bosses in this game and the mobs in this game are very fair, and they're very nice in terms of the story. It allows you to be able to end up being able to figure out what happened to these characters just within the base Minecraft in this game, and you're like, wow, this was a lot more in-depth than I thought it was. That's really, really cool. Now the last thing that I want to end up getting into is the loot. This may make you feel like, oh, this is going to make it or break it for me, because a lot of games, as we know, are very, very sketchy when it comes to their loot. This is what I'll say about the loot. So far, when it comes to the loot in Minecraft Dungeons, there is no feasible way you can currently buy any way, shape, or form a weapon or a cosmetic in this game. It is all in-game currency. And in this case, it is through emeralds. Emeralds are earned and earned only. I do not know if Mojang ever does plan on adding a buyable option to this game for the loot. Certainly, that would be a bad idea, but you never know. But as of right now, you cannot buy anything in this game loot-wise. It is not a thing in the game as I am recording this video on 5/27/20. Now, when it comes to the loot as well, the loot you can either get you can get melee weapons, you can get bows, you can get armor, and you can also end up getting abilities. Now, when you end up getting these, you can actually end up getting them at the headquarters, or in this case, the villager outpost that you end up respawning at the end of the mission. You end up either going to the blacksmith with your emeralds, which will allow you to end up getting weapons, or you can end up actually going over to the warding trader, and the warding wandering trader, my bad, and the wandering trader will actually end up giving you abilities, so that way you can end up getting, like, for example, boots of swiftness, And out of all these, the Wandering Trader actually costs more to buy. For example, right now, when I actually go up to him, it's actually 207 emeralds, but that's because every time you go up to him, it gets more expensive as it goes on. And now the random gear for the blacksmith is 103. But if you start off at the beginning of the game, it's very cheap, and it's roughly about 70-ish for the blacksmith and probably around like 120 for the Wandering Trader or Traveler, and it's actually quite cheap, and you actually get a decent amount of emeralds at the end of the game. Now, when it comes to the emeralds, this is, like I said, the currency. So how often do you get this currency, perhaps? Well, when you end up playing a Minecraft mission, you roughly, I would like to believe, get, I would say, roughly about 50 plus emeralds. I would say that's a pretty fair guess. About around 50 emeralds. That's if you're looting. That's if you're killing quite a bit and not just running, through the enemies trying to ignore them. If you're killing and you're playing and you loot stuff and you pick stuff up and you interact and you're doing really well, and sometimes even if you repeat stuff, you actually can get roughly about 50 emeralds per single mission. And that stacks up pretty damn fast. So when you do that, you actually get these a lot faster than you might think. Also, as well, chests can randomly spawn at the headquarters. I don't know if you guys have happened to explore the headquarters, but if you walk around in the headquarters, within the house, and then also in the corners of the map, and then also the staircase in the backside, you can have a chest spawn that will give you loot, and you want to check that at the end of every single mission, because early on in the game, after every mission, you will get a random chest spawn. I have not had them spawn for me in a while. I don't know if there's a cap, but they actually do spawn early on, at least when you're playing an account for the first time, pretty much in all those locations. So I would recommend getting it because it allows you to be able to get your loot. Also, as well in this game, you can end up getting enchantment points. Now, what enchantment points are is that in this game, there's not exactly like XP that you earn from the normal enchantments, nor is there like a potion. But what you do is that when you level up, you get 1 enchantment point. And every time you level up, you can get this enchantment point to either A, upgrade a melee weapon, your bow, or your armor. Not the abilities, just those 3. And it sometimes takes multiple enchantments or multiple enchantment points to upgrade something, and you can upgrade things like damage. You can get a little ability on it. You can end up getting swiftness. You can get it where you can get some of your HP back. It's all different, and you pick what you want, and there's 3 levels to all of these. Now, when you end up getting these, there's once again also no feasible way to buy them. But another way that you can end up getting loot fast is that you can just get lucky and you can get a pig on a chest spawn, or you can also just find extra chests laying around with emeralds, or vases or vases laying with emeralds as well. You can find specific areas in the map that contain loot and not just on your direct path. In Minecraft Dungeons, you don't have one path and one path only to go. Like, for example, if you had like a straight line in a normal campaign game, you would never find any loot other than what's on that path. But in Minecraft Dungeons, what they do is they, like, let's say, make it like a cross, and they give you a left and a right too. And so even though the left and the right don't advance you in towards the story, if you check those areas, you can get, for example, extra loot, maybe like a vase or a chest, and that will help you get your character even more stacked up. And also the cool thing is as well, is that as you end up ranking your guy up, when you keep going back to, for example, like the blacksmith or the wandering trader, the loot gets better. You can get the same ability, or you can end up getting the same armor, for example, and it will be better. So I could get, like, let's say, I could get wolf armor, right? And the wolf armor I currently have is like level 5. And then after I played like a few missions or two, I can get another one, and it could be like randomly level 15. And I'm like, wow, that's actually really, really cool. That's actually really, really fun. And also as well, when it comes to the loot, I have not found anything that's particularly useless or overpowered in any sense of the word. There is some memeable stuff, yes, but everything is useful. The closest thing to useless is the fishing rod, and I would like to believe the closest thing to really, really good, I would probably say this is subjective, but in my humble opinion, I think it's the ability, and the one I have is the soul healer. The soul healer is probably the best thing that you can get in the game, because no matter whether your weapons suck, or no matter whether your armor sucks, what this does is it allows you to get your health back other than when you have your potion, and your potion's so slow in this game. I would like to believe that the potion is your Achilles heel in this game. If you cannot heal, you're pretty much screwed. You can't eat in this game. The only way that you can heal is you can either A, you can get your potion back, you can end up getting your aura back from, for example, standing next to a teammate that has special armor. You can also eat food that randomly drops out of a chest, but it will not put you back to full. Or you can get an ability, like, for example, with the soul healer, that will bring you your HP back. this is the best thing in the game, is because it rewards you for being aggressive. I was saying this in my last video. If you kill an enemy, you get their soul, and then you get the ability to keep charging your health back by hitting that ability on that soul necklace. So basically what it is that it's like, if you kill, I will heal you. You know, don't try to camp and basically be a loser. And that's why I like it. So that is pretty much it in a brief summary about Minecraft Dungeons. I've gone over the availability of the game, and I've also gone over the gameplay of the game. I've gone over the storyline of the game without spoilers to the best of my knowledge, and I've also gone over the looting of this game. Like I said, there's no bugs, there's no problems with frame drops or anything. Overall, I would say this is a pretty fun game, and it's pretty damn fun to play with friends. So what I would recommend that you do is either try to get it for the 20 bucks that you may or may not have eventually, and even potentially try to have your friends pick it up, because this is a very fun experience and it enhances your ability to end up enjoying Minecraft more. So I hope you guys ended up enjoying today's video. I hope this review helps you out in making your decision. And once again, just like at the beginning of the video, if you happen to enjoy, please consider dropping a thumbs up. It's always greatly appreciated. And type down a comment down below letting me know what you think about the video and whether or not you want to see more Minecraft Dungeons. And just the last thing is just subscribe for more. Anyways, guys, hope you ended up enjoying, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching, and peace out.